Hello, everyone. Before we begin, I would like to share that I am not a medical doctor. I'm not a spiritual master or an expert of any kind. I'm just a country pumpkin sharing its theoretical perspective for entertainment purpose only. And the topic for entertainment today is worship and demonic sacrifice. Worshipping or sacrificing is very common in Asia or in Vietnam specific. It is a tradition, it is custom, and nobody think twice about it because we use it for uh, worshiping our ancestors. At the same time, those ceremony, those rituals are for other events like grand opening of a business, first home, or going to the temple and make offerings. Those are nice words for satanic sacrifice. Offerings, you're making a transaction. So people are being brainwashed with nicer terms. And because it become a tradition and culture, they don't think twice. When we kill something, some living things like a chicken, a pig, a goat, and to make offering to whether that is God, Buddha, some entity, we are making a transaction. We're making a contract. I give you this, you provide me that. It becomes so normal that people think nothing else of it because they know only one path number two, because we're living in a patriarchal system, hierarchical um, caste system, and it's so normal that they don't think twice about it. They never seen the other path number one, where more like Ubuntu, sharing, love, compassion in action, not in words. They don't know the attitude and behavior of people on those paths to have a comparison. So through the sharing that I have, I hope people understand and see the difference, and they can constantly choose what path they want to experience and walk. They can see all of those ceremony, the worshiping, the offerings are really satanic sacrifice or demonic sacrifice with fancy, nicer names because no God, angels, fairies would need those things. They're at least supposed to be in heaven where everything is provided for. Why would they need your offerings? If you have to do offerings, then that would correlate more with demonic entities. You're being sold snakesman oil without realizing it. Those guys in those big institutions like the temples are no different than snakes oil salesmen. They create problems and sell you solution. They're playing good cop, bad cop. They're there to take away our power. They are there to be our boogeyman, our sandman, or Vietnamese call it ông kẻ. So we learn how to take our power back. We learn not to look for answer around us, but instead we have to go inside ourselves to find the answer. They're playing tricks right in front of us. with those ceremonies, rituals that we are accepted unconditionally. We don't think twice of it. Most people think it's normal, like burning money for your ancestors or burning money and other things, offerings to make life in hell better without realizing it, or they're smacking themselves in the face. What kind of ethics and value do your ancestors have that they all ended up in hell, but none of them in heaven? It just didn't cross their mind. They are so caught up into tradition and cultures and the normal things to do, and we are realizing it. Shit, or crap. I have to bribe them, send them stuff, offerings, so they can bribe those officials in hell or demons, wherever they have to bribe. There must be, let's say, they weren't angels when they were alive, but it never occurred to them that their ethics, their values are that bad. They always think they're number one. They're the good guy. Good guy don't go to hell. They were sold a concept of heaven and hell, but somehow everybody ended up in hell. I guess hell is more fun. Heaven just boring because when we are sold in heaven, only this one bearded guy get to have a wife and a family, and you just there for just to drool and just, I guess, admire. In hell, at least you can do whatever you want. So I guess in hell it's more fun. You can do everything you want in hell. In heaven, you just have to sit there and look at the one guy with his privilege and his power decide how you live. So I don't know if that is hell or heaven, but to me, it looked more like hell than heaven. Mm. So if it was up to me, I'd rather go down in hell. It sounds a lot more fun. But we've been so many concepts, so many things without even questioning it or them. It is time for us to start questioning if they are so enlightened, so connected to God's source, then they should be able to give us clear, precise answer, not answer just to shut it up and just obey, trust the science concept thingy. If they are not able to answer us fully in details, then they should receive the boot because they're no better than snakes oil salesmen. If they're so enlightened and connected for so many years to their organization, they should have clear information, not some mumbo jumbo just to cover people's eyes and to obey obediently, just like trust the science and not to question it. People in spirituality in Asia, in Vietnam, accept everything so unconditionally, just bow down, kowtow to spiritual master and shut off the brain without even bother thinking anymore. I hope with time to marinate and to mature, people will wake up to see things for what they are and start questioning everything. Then everything will come to light. Then people will see the how the actions sow themselves out, how all those ceremonies and how those offerings are satanic for what they are. How we don't need to bribe. God don't need our chickens, our pigs, our goats. They don't need us to wear a nice tie or dress nicely. They love us for the way we are, rich, poor, ugly, handsome, for what we are, not what we present ourselves from the outside to be. They should love us for what we are right now without us having to ask for love, for compassion, for this and for that. It should have been given freely without us having to beg. If we have to go through tough times, and it is within us, it is ours, the way we have been sold to decipher things wrongly, that we don't know the rules of the games. We have depended on the wrong middleman who sold us snake oil instead of information on exactly how life should work. With time, I hope people will mature and start questioning everything in life and don't accept anything from anybody, including me, unconditionally. Go and find answer, even that from YouTube, from Google, or from within themselves, and to trust their instinct instead of trusting people around them to decide for them. And I hope people begin to live consciously so that they don't give the power away through ceremony, to offerings, to rituals, and to satanic sacrifices to feed those invisible one-eye group. So they stop manifesting those one-eye group, manifesting the boogeyman, the sandman. It is time for them to take their power back and put those guys to sleep, send them back into the dark where they came from, and disappear into oblivion. Okay, and thank you, and I wish you luck in exploring more on this topic in satanic sacrifice, how they are just disguised as a nice little offering to ancestor or gods or angels or fairies. Okay, thank you.